What are the 12 spiritual laws of the universe? Many years ago, Dr. Joe Vitale from the movie The Secret met Dr. Hew Len because he had an absolutely amazing story of how he healed an entire ward of criminals using something called the Ho'oponopono meditation. Dr. Joe Vitale says that the 12 spiritual laws of the universe are a teaching that are commonly referred to when discussing the Ho'oponopono meditation process. This article will cover those laws and 2 additional ones, 15 altogether, that you can use in order to help you to create the life that you really want. Please note that not all of the law of attraction gurus out there support the concept that these 12 laws exist. 1. The law of divine oneness. We are all one. And now, quantum physics, with the experiments with entangled particles, can prove that there is some sort of a connection or matrix with all of creation. You may have experienced this at one time or another. You think of someone, and they call a minute later. Or, you get the feeling that someone is in trouble, and you find out that they really are. The law of divine oneness helps us to see that we are all one, and that everything that we think, say and do can have an impact on the whole of human consciousness. It also supports the concept that we all matter, that all of us were born worthy. 2. The law of vibration. This law of the universe is that every particle of matter vibrates at a certain frequency. And it doesn't make a difference if that matter is from a rock, metal, water, wood, plastic, a human being or dirt from another planet. All matter vibrates. But even our thoughts vibrate. 3. The law of correspondence. The law of correspondence is that the same patterns exist in our universe from the micro to the macro level, from the very small to the very large. But it can also be applied to us in the sense that our outer world represents what is going on in our inner world. In other words, if the inner world of a person is in turmoil, then their outer world will reflect that turmoil too. But as Dr. Wayne Dyer once said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. You have the control. You have the power. 4. The law of attraction. The law of attraction is the most powerful law in the universe, of course. It basically says that things that are similar to one another are attracted to one another. Like attracts like. But it goes deeper than what you might think because it teaches us that our thoughts are also attractive. Our thoughts can attract people, circumstances, events and things into our life based upon how we think and feel. But the law of attraction isn't just the most powerful law in the universe. It is also a set of teachings that helps us to understand who we are, why we are here, and even our own immortality. 5. The law of inspired action. The law of inspired action states that if you want to create the reality that you want, you must follow your inner being's advice, your gut instinct, your intuition. Motivated action isn't good enough because that is action taken from a place of I have to or I don't really want to, but I will muster up my willpower and make myself go. This law puts forth the concept that the only action worthwhile is inspired action. 6. Law of perpetual transmutation of energy. This law is about how energy is never static, it is dynamic in the sense that it is constantly changing. In other words, energy is like a fire, it is either growing or dying down. Same with our own energy. We can either choose thoughts that make us feel better, or thoughts that make us feel worse. By purposely choosing to have better feeling thoughts, we take control of the transmutation of energy. 7. The law of cause and effect. This is a law that we are all taught in school, but there is a slightly more profound meaning to it when it is applied to the principles of the law of attraction. In the traditional sense, it means that whatever we do has a certain consequence. We are taught, for example, that if we study hard, we will get good grades and do well in life. But in the law of attraction sense, the better that we feel, not only will we do well, but the entire universe will do better too. Since we are all one, even the smallest of us has an impact on the collective consciousness of man. 8. The law of compensation. The meaning of this law is that you reap what you sow. If you mainly think negative thoughts, you will mainly have a negative life. If you treat others poorly, you will be treated poorly. This is another reason why it is so important to be a truly positive person. 9. The law of relativity. The law of relativity is that everything that we see as good or bad, high or low, hot or cold is based upon something to compare it to. In other words, there has to be something to compare the something we are analyzing. For example, you may feel poor even though you are not because you have very rich friends who have a lot more money than you. But it's all relative. The chances are that you are already the top 1% of the world in wealth if you include all of the third world countries. It's all relative. Why does it matter? Don't forget, the better you can feel about yourself, the better you will be and do. In other words, don't compare yourself to others. Feel abundant regardless of others. 10. The law of polarity. The law of polarity is that when you know what you don't want, you will then know what you do want. When you experience the contrast that you don't want in your life, then you will shoot off powerful rockets of desire for the things that you do want. Just like you need contrast in a picture to show a beautiful mountain scene, likewise, you need contrast in your life to know what you really want. 11. Law of rhythm. The law of rhythm is that everything comes in cycles. We cycle in and out of life. Seasons cycle. And our lives while here on planet Earth cycle too. If you are at a low point in your life, you can be rest assured that it will be temporary, especially if you believe that it is. Everything cycles. 12. The law of gender. This law isn't about whether things are male or female. It is about how everything is both male and female. In the context of the law of attraction principles, what this means is that everything is either give male or receive female, yin and yang. Even within ourselves we have both a male and female energy. And in order to live a harmonious life, it is best that both sides are balanced. Those are the 12 laws of the universe. But 2 have been left out.